Do it.
Hi, my name is Rachel McDonough, and this is my friend. Hi, I'm Savannah, and we're here at the beautiful Madison Square Garden for the big fight, and you are watching True School Sports.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Errol Spence, and man, I feel like I've been talking about every video I've been making. I think I've said his name like one time. But anyway, Errol Spence, man, he put on a great performance against Chris Algieri in the post-fight press conference. Lou DiBella, being the promoter he is, being a promoter, talked up his fighter. He blew a lot of smoke. You know, great performance, but he said some things that were ridiculous, like also Derek James said, Errol Spence's trainer. But I want to read you some quotes from BoxingScene.com, and I'm going to get into it. He said the following, and this is Lou DiBella. And this is hilarious. You're going to laugh. He said, I quote, "What he showed Saturday night is I'd put him in the top 10 pound for pound right now." Oh my God. That's how good I think he is. No one ever did that to Algieri. And the combination of speed and power and poise for a young fighter, I mean, he's left the prospect ranks. Now the winner of Thurman and Porter and Brook, are you going to put him in the mix with any of those guys? He might beat them all. Pacquiao? I bet my house he'd beat Pacquiao. Now, ever since Pacquiao lost to Floyd, people, it's not just boxers themselves, it's fans, it's fighters, it's media. They have been demeaning Pacquiao like he went in there and he got knocked out like he did against Marquez. It's ridiculous. Now, okay, Pacquiao is old, and a lot of these young fighters should feel that they could beat him because he's old. He's not the Pacquiao from 2010, 2008, 2009. This is a much different Pacquiao. With that being taken into account, it's really disrespectful that after Errol Spence beat what a lot of people deem as an ESPN Friday Night Fights level fighter, that all of a sudden that this guy can just jump into a ring with an all-time great and beat him. Now, if he was to fight Pacquiao, stylistically speaking, let's talk styles for a second. Let's take the accolades away and let's just talk about the matchup. Pacquiao was 36, 37 years old. He's past the prime of his career. Still has something left in the tank, but past the prime of his career. Errol Spence is in the prime of his career. Errol goes to the body really, really well. But if you look at what Pacquiao struggled with in the past, he struggled with guys who are good counterpunchers and guys who box at an exceptional level. Now look at the guys who he had trouble with. He's had trouble with Marquez. He's had trouble with Mayweather. Those guys box really well, and both can counterpunch. And if we're talking about Marquez, Marquez is an aggressive counterpuncher. Now, Errol, best attribute he has in his toolbox is that he's an incredible body puncher. His power. And I'll say that while Pacquiao isn't the same Pacquiao that was throwing 1,000 punches a fight, I think he might. Well, I didn't watch I didn't really get a chance to watch the whole Bradley fight, but I know he might have been in the 1,000 punch range. He threw a lot of punches in that fight, but regardless, he for the most part hasn't been the guy who throws 1,000 punches for the last 3 years. So Errol would have the advantage of not fighting the guy that did that. But he's still throwing a lot of punches. You know, he can get up to 800, 900, 700. And when you look at the Barrera fight, I know Alejandro Barrera he's very tall for a welterweight. Didn't have a lot of power. Had like a 5 or 6 inch reach advantage. Didn't really know how to exploit it. Was like a C, D, or D class level fighter. But despite his lack of skill, was able to counter Errol plenty of times. With all that being taken into account, how is Errol going to do against a fighter that is giving him that many angles, that much lateral movement, that volume of punches? I know going to the body is something that's great, but if you look at Errol and the way he punches, he loves to plant his feet. If he doesn't have time to plant his feet to grip to the body, then how is he going to beat Pacquiao? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying this to say that Pacquiao would whoop his ass or anything like that. You know, if they fought, I think it'd be even fight at this point. Errol's not that experienced. If he did go in there and destroy Pacquiao, then that would say a hell of a lot about Errol. But what I'm saying is, these people like for example, like Luda Bell in these quotes, respect the guy, but you know, talking sideways, just like a lot of boxing fans. Pacquiao can still beat a lot of welterweights right now, and I'll admit it. I thought Pacquiao was gonna lose to Bradley. I thought Pacquiao had age, and I thought it was Bradley's time to beat him, but I was wrong, and Pacquiao probably still got it. And I think he beats a lot of these protected, overhyped, definitely overpaid young welterweights. I think he whoops Danny Garcia easily. Not even like that fight. I think Pacquiao would destroy Danny Garcia. He beats Danny Garcia. He beats Porter. He beats Thurman. He just beat Bradley, who was on the pound for pound list. And as far as Spence, I've got to say he beat Spence. Really, Spence out of the young welterweights, I think Spence probably the best chance. But he probably beats Spence. Spence gives him a good fight. I think he beats Spence. Some people think he beat Crawford. I think I think Crawford would beat him because I believe in Crawford a lot. But I'm just saying, man, they gotta stop disrespecting Manny Pacquiao. The guy's an all-time great. I made a comment on Dante's Box Nation earlier. He put out a video about Errol Spence's comments and about how Manny Pacquiao has no fundamentals. And he was a 20-minute video. And I was waiting for him to... Because Dante loves to give comparisons. He's so great at giving comparisons, but he just coincidentally, and there is a coincidental list for Dante, he coincidentally left out, in the video, he didn't talk about Roy Jones Jr. and how Roy Jones Jr. had a lack of fundamentals. Roy Jones Jr. He was an Olympian. Roy Jones Jr. Wasn't a guy that used his jab or worked off of his jab. He relied on his explosiveness and his power and his reflexes, and that's how he won fights, because he was able to take those physical attributes and exploit the hell out of them. He fought with a very large imagination. Didn't limit himself to the boxing 101 textbook, and he carved himself out a great career. But once a lot of those physical tools faded, and he had to use more of those basic skills, then that's when he started losing. So, and Pacquiao's the same way. Pacquiao is much of the same thing. And Dante didn't mention that. So, I'm just saying, man, Manny could beat a lot of these welterweights, and people gotta stop talking sideways about him, and that's what it is. So, let me know what you guys think. Lou DeBella saying that Errol Spence would beat Manny Pacquiao. He bet his house that he beat Manny Pacquiao. He'd probably lose his damn house, to be honest with you, if he did that. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about that comment, and what do you think Manny Pacquiao, since he's an active fighter, if you think, what do you think he ranks among the welterweights? Do you think which young welterweights do you think beat him or beats him, or which young welterweights could he beat? Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.